Fox News alert, the ships had better get moving in Strait of Hormuz. The U.S.-Iran two-week ceasefire hinges on that narrow waterway where oil ships must make it through. Weeks of U.S. and Israeli airstrikes have massively
There is something very breaking news right here. Watch.
weakened Iran's military. However, the question, will
What?
it be the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, their military, to decide which ships go through Hormuz? We are watching very closely.
Very
I'm
closely,
Harris
okay.
Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus.
Look, Iran's military is the one who's capturing the whole Strait of Hormuz. Yes, whole. Iran said, I want no one, no America is there. I want full control, total control of Strait of Hormuz.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff gave an update a short time ago. Let's watch.
This morning, a big day for world peace. We have a chance at real peace and a real deal. The War Department, for now, has done its part. We stand ready in the background to ensure Iran upholds
This is live from the Pentagon, okay? The Secretary of War Pete Hegseth.
every reasonable term. And as everyone knows, nobody makes a better deal than President Trump.
We welcome the ongoing ceasefire, and as the Secretary said, we hope that Iran chooses
So he's the Pentagon's General Dan Raisin-Kine, Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman. Look how many badges he got. He's a big person.
a lasting peace. But as Secretary
For a start.
Hegseth said, let us be clear, a ceasefire is a pause, and the joint force remains ready if ordered or called upon to resume combat operations with the same speed and precision as
Okay.
we've demonstrated over the last 38 days, and we hope that that is not the case.
You heard the words there. We must remember that a ceasefire is just a pause. Everything's still on the table, potentially. The deal comes after a threat.
This is the main big thing happened. There's a threat Trump did, and it was
By the president that had some people up in arms. Congressman Dan Crenshaw summed it up this way in a post. A lot of pearl clutching from the usual suspects online and cable news about ending civilization. Take a breath. Do some critical thinking and pretend like we actually know how President Trump communicates. Should he be taken literally?
damn. He is just like poking the President Donald Trump.
You really believe he's going to vaporize the Persian population? Really? Have you been paying attention the last 11 years?
Damn.
Messages on state television called for Iranian citizens
Oh,
to
wait a
form
minute. Look here, Beirut. Look to the Beirut right here. This is live monitoring Beirut. Beirut, Lebanon. There is an attack on that.
chains around key power sites
This is Iran.
to act as human shields in case of strikes on those
This
power
is
plants.
Briz.
A
This is
closer
power
look
plant.
shows those
You
shields
see?
were mostly made up of young people, women, and children. A vivid
Yes, young people, women and children, not men, not older men. Young people, women and children, they are making human seal. Look, they are just like standing right here. Some notes on there, leave to leave, what is this? I don't know. Wrong English they have. This is Iranian flag and all.
reminder of how little the brutal regime cares for its own people. And it's a striking contrast to the images from January. If those same people were involved in the fierce anti-regime protesting, their own leaders would likely have shot them dead or
Damn.
publicly executed them. Iran has carried out a string of recent
Iranians executed by the regime in recent days. Damn. These are 18, 19, 22 years old boys. Oh my God.
executions on alleged protesters. Even in the days and hours leading up to the ceasefire, we were covering it coming out of this
Look at them, look at
Some
them.
estimates
So
say the
young.
regime has killed more than 40,000 in
40,000. Regime killed 40,000.
connection with the unrest. Former Central Command Naval Forces
Oh
Commander
my
Vice
God.
Admiral John Fozzie Miller is coming up in focus. We are so glad to have him.
Hi.
We begin with Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst on the ground in
Tel Aviv,
Trey.
Israel.
Harris, good morning. We start with breaking news. State media reports that Iran has halted the passage of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz after Israeli attacks on Hezbollah in Lebanon. Earlier today, we know 2 vessels were able to go through this passageway, But again, state media
These two vessels, okay, Strait of Hormuz it is, yes, it's full of the, you see, it's full of the rocks, mountains.
is reporting that the Iranians are choking off the strait. I just got off the phone with a senior Israeli official who was
This is
sounding the
Strait of
alarm
Hormuz.
about this action by the Iranians, saying only just a few hours into this ceasefire, the Iranians are already showing that they are trying to leverage their control over the strait and put pressure on global energy trade. And it also comes after reports overnight indicate that an Iranian attack hit Saudi Arabia's
Oh, damn.
east-to-west oil
Iran attacks Saudi Arabia out of nowhere after the ceasefire. Damn.
pipeline, and there was significant damage that was currently being assessed. This is important because this pipeline is the only outlet for Saudi crude exports.
Dude.
And as the Iranians are putting pressure on the strait, they once again are trying to leverage this ability to put pressure on global energy exports. It comes after we got a new statement from President Trump this morning about Iran's nuclear program. The president on Truth Social said the United States will work closely with Iran, which we have determined has gone through what they will be a very productive regime change. There will be
Okay.
no enrichment
Okay. Trump is saying something for the nuclear purposes.
of uranium, and the United States will, working with Iran, dig up and remove all of the deeply buried nuclear dust. The president
B-2 bombers, he said. Okay.
to Iran's enriched uranium there. And again, a lot of moving parts with this agreement that is very new. We saw overnight
What happened to Lavan Island, Iran? What happened?
new strikes against Iranian oil infrastructure on Lavan Island. This is just off the coast of Iran. A refinery
Who
there was
striked it?
reportedly hit in early morning attacks. We don't know which country is responsible for the strikes, but
Damn, which country strikes Iran? This is bad for the ceasefire. This is very bad. America has to stop those other countries like Israel and all.
we do know it comes after the Iranians broke the ceasefire hours after President Trump announced it, launching missiles and drones at regional countries and
Iran broke the ceasefire?
U.S. ally Israel. Here's what it looked like in the skies of Tel Aviv just 2 hours after the ceasefire went into effect.
This is Iran. We have Tel Aviv right now. Look at Tel Aviv. It's cluster bombs. These are cluster bombs. Sirens. You see the sirens wailing? These are cluster bombs. One bomb
What you
becomes
just saw there
50.
was an Iranian ballistic missile with a cluster warhead.
You see, he is just wearing this protective shield gear.
Those bomblets raining down on Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. This came after the ceasefire was announced by President Trump and an indication that it will take time to get this agreement in place.
Damn.
We're looking at a number of different fronts here, and the Israelis are preparing for the possibility of more
Is the cold there in Israel? You are wearing a jacket, man.
incoming fire. But I do want to bring up this post by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu
Okay, which is?
overnight, who agreed with President Trump about this ceasefire with Iran. The Prime Minister said in part, quote, Israel also supports the U.S. effort to ensure that Iran no longer poses a nuclear missile and terror threat to America, Israel, Iran's Arab neighbors, and the world. The 2-week ceasefire does not include Lebanon. Now, we heard from the president through reports earlier today
Lebanon.
who agreed with the prime minister. Hezbollah and Israel are expected to exchange blows.
said
What you are
non-include
looking at
Lebanon.
here is the Iranian capital of Tehran.
What is
Early
happening?
this morning, pro-regime
Wait a minute. He said non-include Lebanon, but in a 10 points, Iran said Lebanon is the one part of where you do not put your
demonstrators
nose.
took to the streets. They chanted death to America and death to Israel. They were chanting
They
victory
are chanting
and
this.
burning American flags. It gives
You
you a
see,
sense
with the
of the
Israel
regime
flag.
support that
They
still
are burning
exists
it.
in the Iranian capital. And when we go out here to this image of the Lebanese capital of Beirut, we may even have some live images for you here.
You see,
Smoke was rising from the
we have
horizon of
Beirut
southern
images
Beirut, the Dakhia
right
neighborhood,
here.
earlier
This is from
today.
the Beirut
While the
live.
ceasefire is in place between Israel
Beirut is in Lebanon, and Lebanon is under attack. I don't know from whom. Who's attacking Lebanon?
Israel, the United States, and Iran, the Israelis launched what they are calling the largest round of strikes since their operation began. More than 100 different targets hit across Lebanon. There are first responders there on the scene. These
Okay, so Lebanon is hit by Israel. Israel is attacking the Lebanon. No way.
are live images from the Lebanese capital of Beirut. Remember, this is the Dakhia neighborhood of southern Beirut, a Hezbollah stronghold. Officials there in Beirut say
Where are Hezbollah? They are doing this.
Dozens of people were wounded, many killed in the strikes that took place. And the Iranians, once again, through state media, are threatening direct retaliation against Israel for this strike against their largest proxy in the region.
Largest
Boy,
proxy.
I got to tell
Okay.
you, this is the least ceasefire-like ceasefire
Oh.
I think that anybody might have anticipated. Iran certainly doesn't see it
This
that
is
way.
not a ceasefire word really for. Ceasefire means cease the fire. No one bullet will be fired. One bullet. I'm not talking about missiles. Missile is a big one. Bullet is a small one. Not a single bullet will be fired. And this is damn.
Obviously, look, you had some breaking news, and I want to push in on it. Was it overnight, you said, that Saudi Arabia's east-west oil pipeline, very critical movement of oil there, was hit by Iran?
He's
Was
doing
that
something.
before
He's doing something in his mobile. What are you doing, man?
or after the ceasefire?
We don't know the exact timing of that strike, but it's very significant because this is the main
saw something.
pipeline that Saudi Arabia uses to move
Right.
oil. And when the Strait
Who
of
yelled?
Hormuz is choked off,
Who
it's
yelled?
the only pipeline that they're able to use to get those exports out to the world. Something important here that we should note, it wasn't just Israel that came under attack after the ceasefire went into effect. This morning, there were dozens of drones launched at Kuwait from Iranian territory. The
Iranian
United Arab
territory.
Emirates also came under an Iranian missile attack. There were
Okay.
reports of missiles toward Bahrain and Qatar. So as this
This
is
is
taking
not a
place, the
ceasefire,
Iranians
Iran.
don't appear very serious about this ceasefire agreement.
As a world leader, we are the United States of America, the great country. We have to do something. We cannot just see it like this. Donald Trump, I have a request from you. Do something. Do something, man.
The president has offered them a good faith opportunity, a window of 2 weeks to
Look,
reach a
what
broader
happened to
agreement. And we
Kuwait?
heard from the president before
It's
about
written
Iran's
down.
nuclear program. I spoke
4
with Israeli
ballistics.
officials earlier today. They said
42
despite these
drones.
attacks on energy infrastructure across the region, the #1 priority for the Israeli military
This is
echelon
World War
and
III.
government is the enriched uranium. They understand
This
that the
is World
Iranians
War
were
III.
pursuing a
This is
nuclear
World War
weapon
III.
before, and they say that if
This
that
is-
enriched uranium remains in the country, that in the future
This is World War III, man. They are making nuclear bombs. They said World War III will be fought by the robots, but no, this is what it is. It fought by the people, but from like nuclear powers. Damn, my head is so aching right now. What is happening in the
Iran
world?
could be the new North Korea.
Iran is the new North
Wow,
Korea, he
that's a lot
said.
to get to, and my first guest is perfect on all of it. Trey, thank you very much. And focus now, Vice Admiral John Fozzie Miller, former CENTCOM Naval Forces Commander. Sir, it is great to have you. Let's start with the Strait of
He's
Hormuz
a Naval Forces
and the
commander,
ceasefire,
okay.
and what it really looks like now that Iran can pick and choose who goes through there if they so see it.
Okay, this is all we have. This is Beirut, this is the naval chief, this is the news reporter we have, and this is the Strait of Hormuz. Let's talk about it.
At least that's how it looks.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, Harris. Thanks for having me. Any long-term solution to this conflict when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz has to result in the Strait of Hormuz being open and free for commercial traffic without interference from Iran or from any other nation. It's an international strait, and the ability of Hormuz to function as an international strait is only being impeded by the Iranian regime. And so until that stops, it's very difficult to see any long-term resolution of this crisis.
So that's one thing. The other was what Trey Yingst was just describing right then, how Iran is continuing to threaten all of its neighbors. And look,
How, yes, how Iran can be this powerful? I never know this thing. How a small Persian Muslim terrorist country like Iran, how Iran be so powerful like right now? How?
the list got longer. I knew about Kuwait and Israel overnight after the ceasefire, but the UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Admiral, those countries can't just sit there and be patient for 2 weeks. They
Wow.
got to fight. They got to defend themselves. I mean, you know,
Defend
they've
yourselves,
got
guys.
incoming now, so they've got to fight that off defensively.
Incoming.
That doesn't seem like a ceasefire.
It is not ceasefire. It is not.
I don't think it looks very much like a ceasefire anywhere you
Same,
look,
I'm
other
saying the same.
than we've stopped bombing in Iran. The
Yeah.
Iranians haven't stopped, and of course the GCC countries that have taken the brunt of this over the last month are continuing to receive incoming
This
fire.
is what it is, guys.
So
This is
I
what it
think
is.
we'll get to a point very soon where the GCC can no longer wait to see what's going to happen, and they're going to start to take matters into their own hands and defend themselves through offensive action on their part.
How do you see actually what we're doing right now in terms of the capability that we've taken away from Iran? I mean, we haven't completely pulled out of that region. Should we? Do you anticipate that we would kind of?
This is what we have in a 10 points of the ceasefire. Iran said that I want all the American troops to be out of my region. Yes, out of his region. All American troops out of Iran.
Pull back even more during the ceasefire to send a message, or would you rather not see the U.S. do that?
Well, I think we're going to continue to see a buildup of forces. We have forces on the way that haven't arrived yet, and there's no reason to turn them around. So we ought to be using this opportunity for the next couple of weeks to resupply, to bring more forces into the region so that we're ready at any point if the ceasefire breaks down or if we're unable to negotiate a long-term
We have a force there, right? Okay.
agreement that's acceptable.
We can do the military full-time operation, the ground invasion right there in Iran, and we capture them. We will kill the whole civilization. That's what Donald Trump said.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says because military strikes have killed so many leaders in Iran, there is a new regime in place. Let's watch.
It's a new group of people who've seen the full capability of the United States military and has a new calculus about what it means to negotiate with us, hence why they came to the table wanting a ceasefire and the shooting to stop. So this new regime, the regime
My man, Pete, are you wearing top finger?
has been changed, has a different interaction with the U.S.
Look, you know that part of the world well, Admiral
He
Miller.
said, I killed the old regime leader, and there's a new one, so they better understand us and comply with us. Otherwise, the fate will be the same.
What does it mean when our Secretary of War says there's a new group of people?
Yes, what really does it mean?
Well, this new group of people are the same people that rounded up women and children yesterday to go stand on bridges and buy power plants.
Damn,
so
dude.
I don't know that
Big
the
announcement.
regime folks that have been replaced are if we have people that are any better in place now or that are any more trustworthy than what we've previously seen from the regime.
The good side of all
Okay, what is this? Notable Iranian leaders eliminated. They eliminated these leaders.
of this is that, as you've pointed out, I mean, we are in that ceasefire moment. Real quickly, how do you see this playing out if, in fact, what we saw overnight and continuing to see today continues from Iran?
These are the main leaders that got eliminated in those ceasefire, you see.
Well, I don't think the ceasefire continues very long if things continue as they have since the ceasefire announcement was made. But I think long-term, what we want to be able to make sure we do, and Iran's got an opportunity here to take a breath, take a step back, to let shipping in and out of the Strait of Hormuz, to stop attacking the GCC nation.
You know what? Iran is earning almost 5 to 50 billion dollars from the Strait of Hormuz. If they let ships go, they have to pay a fee to pass the Strait of Hormuz. That's what he is doing.
And to prove that it's willing and able to negotiate in good faith. I haven't seen that yet, and until we see that, I have very little confidence that this ceasefire will hold or that it'll lead to a permanent settlement.
Well, and military talk, stay ready so you don't have to get ready is what we'll continue to do,
ready.
it sounds like, from you. Admiral, thank you very much. Good to see you. Be sure to like.
This is what it is, guys. What are your thoughts into this? Let me know in the comment section. Follow, subscribe, and see you in the next video.